Hey Stampers, it's Judy Klock here at Stampin' with Crafty Klock. It is Tuesday. I'm guessing it's just around noontime. And I wanted to come to you today. I'm starting my live at lunch this week. I'm starting my Countdown to Christmas series. So each week I'll be coming to you with a quick and easy little gift item or decoration that you can use for the upcoming Christmas season. So today we're going to work on a fun little 3D ornament. It's going to be a shaker ornament. And we're going to use our punches, and we're going to use our Penguin Place stamp set to stamp our adorable little penguin. So let's go ahead and get started. Now you're going to want to order these little mason jar, these little clear mason jar like covers that we have in our annual catalog. We have the cloche covers in our Christmas holiday catalog, which would work as well, but I believe they are on back order. So if you want to go ahead and get started and you don't want to wait for those, go ahead and order the mason jar ones. These will work perfectly for your ornament. We're going to do two. We're going to do one. This one I put a backing on and I didn't like it. I liked my little penguin to be able to sort of free flow a little bit. So I put two of them together, but you can just use one and put a cardstock backing on it. Or if you have, I picked this up at Michael's. This is called Diamond Dust, or you might have some glitter around. And if you have our old snowman punch, the Build a Snowman punch, you can throw a little of this Diamond Dust in there, punch out the hat, the arms, the nose, add a little bit of felt for our for a scarf, and there you've got your little melted snowman ornament. I still need to add the paper around the sides, but I'll do that after. But I just wanted to show you that you can have two variations. You can have either the little penguin or you could do a melted snowman. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm starting out, I have two pastes, can't even speak, two pieces of designer series paper. These are, I believe, 3.5 by 2 1/4. Let me just double check that. Correction, they are 3.5 by 2 1/2. Now you'll notice it doesn't matter which side I want to put out, but whatever side I'm going to put out, I want to put the same sides out. So if I'm going to use the red side, I'll do that. If I'm going to use the striped side, and I may just use the striped side, I'm going to put those sides out. So then I'm going to take our mason jar punch, and I'm going to punch out. This is like going to require a little bit more. I'm going to actually use, here's another little tip. When you have to punch something out and you don't have enough space, use a Post-it note. And this is a full tacky Post-it note. So I'm going to put that in there to make sure that I get my paper lined up evenly, because this won't harm your paper. So that's why it's good to use the Post-it notes. All right, we're going to stick that in our punch, and we're going to punch out our mason jars. Okay, so I didn't center it exactly, so I might trim off a little bit after we're done. We'll see. Maybe trim off like 1/4 inch on the longer side. All right, so now I'm going to punch out with my penguin punch. I'm going to punch out my penguin body and save those scraps, because these scraps are perfect for punching out something like this. Okay, I've got a scrap of the white here. I'm going to punch out the white part of the body. All right, now, remember I always say stamp, then stick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp the face of my penguin on there. I'm going to stamp, they got these two little dots for eyes. So let's go ahead and stamp those on there. And for once, I don't have any one of my Stampin' Pierce mats. These are photopolymers, so normally I would be using my Stampin' Pierce mat, but I believe I left them upstairs from a class this week. I have to go bring them down. Okay, I also left up all of my chamois up there, so I'm just going to use a baby wipe to clean my stamp. Not just for babies, good in the craft room. Then I'm going to take some I got some Calypso coral here, and I'm going to stamp his little beak. Now, this one, I'm going to kind of stamp it up right by the point. Can you see that? Am I on screen? Where the little point comes down. All right, and then we're going to stamp his little feet. Let me get those out. And the reason I stamp first is if I make a mistake, I can still flip it over. It's also small enough that if I make a mistake on both sides, I can just cut a new one. But we'll get his little feet on there. Look at him, he's so cute. And then we're going to give him a little bow tie, and I think we're going to use some Evening Evergreen to make the bow tie. All right, so this is really very minimal stamping and a lot of just punching out the little pieces. Okay, so let's go put him in there. Oh, so cute. Let me just put my little stamps away. I like to put these little stamps away right away because they're tiny and they have a tendency sometimes to get lost. So when I'm working with these really little ones, I kind of like to just put them away right away. Okay. Less for me to lose later on. Hey, Joanne, how are you? All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this little penguin on his black body part. Okay. There we go. Now, I do want to trim this down. I'm going to trim this down to, I think, 2 1/4. That, I think, will make it look a little bit more even. It's better. Not great, but it's better. So that's the only trouble, is that sometimes you can't really tell. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to take 1/2 of our mason jar. We're going to put our little penguin in. And I've purchased, okay, here they are. These are the Subtle Shimmer Sequins. These are in our July to December mini catalog. And we're going to take some of our sequins and just kind of put them in with our little penguin. Okay. I don't know, just put in as much or as little as you want. Now, I'm going to carefully take off this part of the tape covering my adhesive, and I'm going to do the same on the other side of this jar, and then I'm going to try to match them up so that they meet evenly. Okay, now, oh, look, we got our little penguin in there. Now we're going to take off the outside, and we're going to, we've already punched that, so now we can just lay that down there. Okay. And then we're going to add just a little tiny bit of glue around here because we want to make sure that we get the edges well too. And then we're going to take off the adhesive on this one. Okay. And we're going to lay this one over there. All right, now if your paper's not exactly even, that's what your paper snips are for. Okay, so we're going to come through. I'm not quite even, but I'm just going to come by and trim this up with my scissor. That will even it out. Okay, let's go on this side. Wasn't too bad, just a little tiny bit of trimming. We weren't so far off. Now we're going to, let's cap up our glue. We're going to punch a hole in here. I'm just going to come back through with some ribbon. This is our sheer Real Red ribbon. And this is the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, in case anybody was wondering. And I will edit this after to include the dimensions. And there you have your little penguin shaker card. Oh, see, sometimes he gets stuck. Oh, well. But that's it. And like I said, if you have the snowman punch, you can also just do it with the melted snowman. I'll have to put some, I have to cut some paper and put it around this one. But how cute are those? Are those little fun ornaments for the holidays? Your little penguin and your little melted snowman. All right, folks, that's it for this edition of Live at Lunch. I will see you soon. Hey, Ann, thanks so much. See you later, everybody. Bye.